everyone, so it is time to do my Finish 5 by Cinco de Mayo finale, and I didn't finish everything, let's just be honest. I felt like Finish 5 by Cinco de Mayo, I thought it was going to be easier, but I guess it was a little harder than I thought, so I'm just going to show you what I did use up and what I didn't use up. So I finished up 3 items, but I did have 6, so... The first thing I finished up was the Bath & Body Works Signature Vanilla Berry Body Splash, and this smelled amazing. It was the last thing I had from the Berry Signature Vanilla. There's still a little bit left, but it doesn't spray out, and I'm not gonna like go through great lengths to get it just because it is old and I have so many sprays and perfumes that it's just like those little few spritzes that doesn't even want to sprit out. It's just not worth it. If it ever came out again and I didn't have as much as I did have, I probably would repurchase, but it's just not something I will like go through great lengths to get. I had another body spray, and this was it wasn't Pure Daydream, I think it was Lost in Fantasy, and this was just a little travel size spray. It's all gone, as you can see. Again, I have so many sprays, and I get so many like free sprays from Bath & Body Works because I work there as gratis. So it's just not worth going to repurchase anything. The last thing I finished was the Estee Lauder eyeshadow, which I used as a blush, and this was in Pink Ice. As you can see, it's all gone. It's not something I'd be interested in purchasing. It was an eyeshadow, and it was just too pink to use as an eyeshadow, so I decided to use it as a blush and ended up using it like that. For what Estee Lauder is worth, I didn't think the quality of this was that amazing, and but I'm glad I was able to use this up and get the money's worth, even though I think it was passed down to me by one of my mom's friends, but you know, at least her money was spent well because we used it up. Okay, and now for the things I didn't finish. I was so close to finishing my MAC eyeliner in Molasses. As you can see, this is like, you can't even, there's a little brown plastic part that I can't even like get, so there's like that much pencil left. Almost half of my pinky, and I have really small hands. I have been using this consistently since I started. I think today's the only day I didn't use it. I decided to do black and a little bit of a bolder look, so I did black instead, but I was so close. Obviously I'm gonna keep using this until it's gone, just because there's such a little ridiculous amount left. So technically I guess we can almost count it as gone because it has like one more sharpen left, and I almost used it up. It was pretty close. Okay, this I'm going to throw away because it just doesn't work with my skin. This was the Rimmel bronzer in Sunlight. I had to repress it, but even before I repressed it, there was huge pan. I was able to hit pan again, but this just, no matter what foundation I use, this just separates on my skin, and I do have that problem with bronzers where like it'll kind of separates. Anything that I put on over here kind of tends to separate with that has color in it, that has a darker color than my skin. Just tends to separate, but this I would kind of put it like almost as a blush too, just to like warm up my face, but it would separate. At least like with the contour, like it's only this side that separates and not this side, but which is weird. I don't know why. I'm still trying to figure that out. But this, like, even when I would have it like right here, like on my apples of my cheeks, just to bronze up my complexion, it would just separate. And I don't know, I used to love this bronzer. I don't know if it's just because it's old, but it's not something I'd repurchase again, just because now I have a bad taste in my mouth and I don't want to like risk spending the $5 if it's just gonna separate. So I am on the market for a bronzer. But I just learned that I should just stick away from drugstore bronzers, to be honest, unless you have a favorite one. I kind of have my eyes on the Honey bronzer and the Chanel Tan de Soleil bronzer. I know they're like completely different, but those are the two I kind of have my eye on. But I'm just going to throw this away. I got as much as money as I can. If you go through my last update, or like my first update in the intro video, you could see I did have a good amount of pan in this. And when I did repress it, I was able to hit pan again. So, you know, I got maybe like half of it worth, and I thought I loved it, but I just don't love it anymore, or what it does for me. And the last thing was the CoverGirl 3-in-1 foundation, and no, I did not finish this, even though it does look like I have scraped. It was just getting really hard to pump because the pump, I guess, doesn't completely reach the bottom and it's really thick. So I ended up scooping as much as I can out of it, and I put it in this little jar. There's still like a decent amount left. It's not like completely full or anything. So there's still like a couple of weeks worth of use left. I did try to like use as much as I could towards the end of the project, but I just really don't care for the formula unless like literally I can only wear this by itself, and then I can't even do like a beauty blender just because it'll stick to my dry patches. It just doesn't look nice unless my skin is like in really good condition, but I have to like buff it in, and then you have to be careful that it doesn't like cling onto my dry patches. So I just really don't care for the formula. And the sad part is that I have another one of these foundations that is like ridiculously, it's like when I get my tannest, and that is practically full, as you can tell. So, but that's not the focus. I have this much left. I mean, I'm going to keep using it until it's gone for like the days that I just need to go up randomly, but that foundation is not something I would purchase again just because it doesn't work with my skin. The coverage on it is really nice, but it just doesn't work with my skin. So, I mean, all in all, I didn't use up everything, but I was able to discover if I should still keep it around, whether I'd repurchase it or not. I didn't say about the eyeliner. I probably wouldn't repurchase the eyeliner just because I found like much better drugstore eyeliners. So I wouldn't spend the money on it. Plus, I mean, brown, I mean, it's nice when you don't want to go bold, but when you do, it's like, so, I don't know. It's made me appreciate brown eyeliner more, so it's weird like wearing black right now. I feel like it's super bold, even though it's like not even liquid. I actually use the pencil, and then I just like set it with the black eyeshadow, so it's just like I have like a new appreciation for brown eyeliner. But that one I just wouldn't repurchase because, again, I found drugstore ones that I like more. So, that was how I did. I think doing the Finish 7 by Spring and the Cinco de Mayo one, I thought I was going to be way too in over my head, and I was way too in over my head because for both projects I only used like half. I was able to use up half of the products, so yeah. Next time I know not to like be in multiple projects at the same time, just take it one step at a time, especially because I personally like to switch things up all the time. So at the beginning of both the projects, it was really hard to just stick to those. But I hope you guys did amazing. I am not going to do the Finish 4th by 4th of July, but whatever comes up next, I will be joining just because, again, I need a break from like feeling attached to certain products. And yeah, that's all for now, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye!